What if the most beautiful pieces in your garden were hiding in things you almost threw away? Welcome back to Backyard Stories. Today we are transforming everyday waste into charming garden treasures. From old furniture to forgotten kitchen items, these creative ideas prove that a little imagination can turn simple junk into stunning outdoor decor. Imagine turning an old teapot and a few mismatched cups into a charming garden fountain that feels straight out of a storybook. Water gently pours from the teapot spout, trickling down through stacked teacups before reaching a small pebble basin below. Surrounded by colorful flowers and mossy stones, this playful feature instantly brings movement and sound to the garden. It is a beautiful reminder that even forgotten kitchen items can be transformed into delightful outdoor treasures. A worn wooden chair does not have to end its life at the curb. By removing the seat and replacing it with a basket filled with flowers, the chair becomes a rustic garden planter full of character. Bright blooms spill out where the seat once was, while the backrest frames the arrangement like a natural display stand. Placed among greenery or beside a pathway, this simple transformation adds a nostalgic charm that blends beautifully with a relaxed garden setting. Old tires can become the foundation for a creative herb spiral that saves space and adds visual interest. Stack and slightly shift each tire to create a rising spiral shape, then fill them with soil and fragrant herbs. Basil, rosemary, thyme, and mint grow beautifully in this layered structure. Painting the tires in soft earthy tones helps them blend into the garden while giving discarded rubber a completely new purpose as a functional and decorative planting feature. Old window frames can create the illusion of a garden view where none existed before. Mounted against a fence or wall, the frames act like decorative portals into greenery. Place small planters or trailing vines behind each frame so plants appear to grow through the panes. The result is a whimsical garden wall that adds depth and personality. What was once a discarded piece of architecture becomes a creative frame for living art in the garden. Metal kitchen colanders are surprisingly perfect for hanging planters because their drainage holes are already built in. With a few chains or sturdy ropes, these forgotten kitchen tools can be suspended from pergolas or tree branches. Fill them with trailing flowers like petunias or ivy, allowing the plants to spill gracefully over the edges. Hanging several colanders at different heights creates a floating garden effect that feels both playful and wonderfully unexpected. An old wooden ladder can easily transform into a vertical plant display that adds height and structure to the garden. Simply lean the ladder against a wall or fence and place potted plants on each step. As vines trail down and flowers bloom from different levels, the ladder becomes a living tower of greenery. Its weathered wood adds rustic character while making clever use of vertical space in even the smallest backyard gardens. Empty glass bottles can be turned into a colorful garden border that catches the sunlight beautifully. Insert the bottles upside down along the edges of flower beds so their bases form a repeating pattern of glass shapes. Green, brown, and clear bottles create subtle color variation that sparkles throughout the day. This simple upcycling idea not only keeps bottles out of landfills but also creates a decorative edge that feels artistic and surprisingly elegant. Old dresser drawers can find new life as unique raised garden planters. Their boxy shapes make them perfect for holding soil and flowers, while their handles and worn paint add vintage personality. Arrange several drawers on the ground or stack them at playful angles to create layered planting areas. Filled with bright flowers, herbs, or succulents, these reclaimed drawers transform forgotten furniture into a charming garden display full of texture and character. A rusty bicycle wheel can become a beautiful trellis for climbing plants. Mounted upright on a wooden post or fence, the spokes provide natural supports for vines to weave through. As flowers and leaves begin to wrap around the circular frame, the wheel slowly disappears beneath a living sculpture of greenery. This creative reuse turns an old bike part into a striking garden accent that celebrates both movement and nature. A discarded bathtub can surprisingly become a peaceful garden pond. Once placed in a quiet corner, it can be filled with water plants like water lilies and floating greenery. Stones and small plants around the edge soften the shape of the tub, helping it blend naturally into the landscape. Soon, birds and insects begin visiting the water, bringing life to the garden. What once belonged in a bathroom now becomes a serene backyard water feature. Simple tin cans can glow with new purpose when turned into lanterns. By punching small patterns into the metal and placing candles or solar lights inside, each can cast delicate patterns of light after sunset. Line them along a garden path or scatter them through flower beds for a magical nighttime atmosphere. This easy project transforms everyday food containers into charming garden lights that make evening strolls feel warm and inviting. An old suitcase can become a whimsical flower bed that looks like nature is spilling out of forgotten luggage. Filled with soil and propped slightly open, the suitcase allows colorful flowers to cascade over the edges. The contrast between vintage travel gear and fresh greenery creates a playful visual story. It feels as though the suitcase traveled through time only to open and release a garden full of blooming surprises. A discarded wooden pallet can be transformed into a practical vertical garden perfect for small outdoor spaces. By lining the back with fabric and filling the slats with soil, each row becomes a planting pocket. Herbs, succulents, or small flowers thrive in these compact spaces. Lean the pallet against a wall or fence and watch it slowly fill with greenery. What was once shipping material becomes a lush and space-saving garden feature. Brightly colored rain boots can bring playful energy to any garden when used as flower pots. Simply add soil and small plants inside the boots and line them along a pathway or hang them on a fence. Flowers blooming from the top create a cheerful and unexpected display. This creative reuse turns worn footwear into a fun garden accent that feels especially charming in family gardens or whimsical outdoor spaces. Old metal buckets stacked at different heights can create a rustic cascading water feature. Water flows gently from one bucket into the next, producing a calming sound that adds life to the garden. The weathered metal surface gives the feature a farmhouse-style character, while small plants around the base soften the look. With a small pump hidden below, these simple containers become a peaceful and eye-catching garden centerpiece. Old spoons and forks can become musical garden art when turned into wind chimes. Hung from a wooden branch or metal ring, the cutlery pieces gently clink together in the breeze. Their polished surfaces catch sunlight during the day while creating soft metallic sounds. This simple project transforms everyday utensils into a decorative feature that brings both movement and sound, making the garden feel alive with every passing wind. A broken clay pot does not have to be thrown away. By stacking the pieces into small terraces, the pot can become the foundation for a miniature fairy garden. Tiny plants fill each level while miniature pathways and decorations create the illusion of a tiny magical village. The cracks and missing pieces actually add character, turning damage into design. It becomes a delightful little world hidden quietly among the plants. Sometimes the best garden decorations are the ones that already exist in our homes, just waiting for a second life. From teapots and ladders to old boots and broken pots, these ideas show how creativity can turn everyday waste into beautiful garden treasures. If you enjoyed these ideas, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Backyard Stories, and share in the comments which project you would love to try in your own garden.